All right, let's talk about Hellboy really quick. I'm not a huge fan of the comics. It's not that I'm not a huge fan of the comics. I love what I've read. I just haven't read a whole lot of it. I've probably read like 6 or 7 different storylines in the comic series, and I love the Lovecraftian feel of the comics. I love the investigation angle. That to me, those are the stories I like the best out of the Hellboy and BPRD, are just the mysteries, the investigations, the stories. Now, Guillermo del Toro, his first 2, his Hellboy movies don't really feel like the comics, but I give that a pass, especially because the comics exist in his Hellboy movies, and then his version is supposed to be like the real life version of Hellboy. Whatever Guillermo del Toro did with it, it was I love the first Hellboy, and in my opinion, the second Hellboy might even be a comic book masterpiece. There is not a dull moment in that film. I loved it so much. So when I heard that Neil Marshall, a director who I admire, loved Dog Soldiers, I love The Descent, I love his episodes of Game of Thrones. So when I found out that he was doing this and giving it was going to be rated R, he was going to go with a more gritty feel, something closer to the source material. Mike was really involved in it. Man, that was just music to my ears. Could not wait for that first trailer. Trailer came out, and I have to admit I was a little underwhelmed. It doesn't mean that I think the movie is going to be bad. I'm still looking forward to the movie, but the feel that I got, it felt sort of in the vein of what Guillermo del Toro did. And as much as I love those movies, I was really looking forward to something different. But it seems like they're still going with that like high concept, high action feel, and I really wish that they would stray away from that. Now I understand the temptation to sort of follow suit, because at the end of the day, this is a business and they need to make money, and that's what the mainstream audience's perception of Hellboy is, so maybe they want to stay in line with that a bit. But it was a little disappointing to me that it didn't have that. It didn't have that grittier feel that I was hoping for. It still kind of seems a little slapsticky and stuff. And like I said, it's the first trailer, so I'm looking forward to the second trailer, and maybe the movie will be a different experience. I have heard that there's a lot of practical effects, but from what I saw, it still seemed like a lot of CGI creatures and stuff. So I wasn't too enthused over the trailer. And maybe one day I will get the Hellboy that I would like to see, or maybe there'll be some kind of television show or something. But for now, this is the Hellboy that we have, and I'm not as excited as I was for this movie, but hopefully I see it and I have a completely different opinion on it. What are your guys' opinions? I'm sure they won't be as important as mine, because this is world's most important reviews. No offense. Have a good day, y'all.